Hi everybody, welcome to a Friday episode of SharingMyLight.com. I'm going to do a small demo today on layer masks and a really handy keyboard shortcut that you can see what you're doing on your layer mask. So again, I strongly encourage you to sign up to SharingMyLight.com. The more viewers we have, the more enticed I am to continue doing this. I've been doing this for about a year or so, and I'd really like to get your feedback on posts. If you have any ideas, if I don't know the answer, I can research it. But it would be great to hear from you, and I would love to see the numbers on our blog increase. I devote a lot of time to this, and it is a daily passion, and hearing from you makes the passion even stronger. So I'm going to bring up a photo that I took of a model about a year or so ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the layer by using Command J on the Mac, and I am going to put a filter. I'm going to use a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to be quite extreme on the level of blur, because you can see now the photo is becoming very blurry here. I would never go to that extreme in a photograph. This is just so you can see it on the web. Okay, so I hit OK. So now we have two layers. One is very clear. The top layer is blurred. This little icon on the bottom, which is add a layer mask, and you'll see as I click on it, you're going to see the little text below, add a layer mask. Click on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the sharpness that is in the layer below through the photograph. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my paintbrush. I'm going to make sure I'm on black, and I'm going to start making sure that I'm on the layer mask. I'm going to actually paint through the top layer and the layer mask, and you can now start seeing the sharpness of the eye. I'm going to move this out of the way for now, and you'll see I'm going to do the other eye too as well. Now, when you're doing this, it's easy to see on this photograph, but sometimes it's really hard to see what you're actually drawing out of the layer mask. This is a handy a thing that I learned at a Photoshop tour that I find is quite good. Right below your delete key on the Mac, there is a backslash. It's sort of surrounded by the two delete commands on the keypad, and it's right above the return. Hit that, and you can see the red on this screen, which basically represents where I've actually painted on the layer mask. And you can see as I go through, if I were to basically draw through on the eyebrows, you can see I'm actually basically piercing or going through the layer mask, and the end result will be those components will be sharp because they'll be drawing off the bottom layer. If I continue along here, you can see I'm now touching the teeth and so on. I could, bring her ring through a little bit more clearly if I wanted to. And basically, if I want to see what it looks like after I've, pierced the layer mask, basically hit that backslash again, and you'll see I've got some sharpness in the eyes. Now, if I wanted to touch on these eyelashes, I could touch the eyelashes and see basically, what I've done. So this is a handy, you're probably quite familiar using layer masks. I wasn't aware of this little keyboard shortcut. It's not really a shortcut, but just basically to be able to see what you're actually touching on the layer mask. If I went like this, for example, I may not be able to tell in this photograph what I've done, but by hitting the keyboard I go, oh, I never wanted to touch the nose, for example, so I could go back, change my brush to white, and basically paint over the mistake I made. I might have to bring up the opacity up to basically wipe it out. This is handy. I mean, it's not all photographs it's that easy to tell what you've actually touched on. I mean, we did a large job, a commercial job, where I had to touch up the white seamless backgrounds, and they were very close to people, and the worst thing to do is to have a person, a strip of yellow and some white, and I had to go in and correct some of the photographs that were going to be enlarged, and by using layer masks and hitting that keyboard shortcut, I was able to tell how close I was to the person and make it look realistic. So it's a really, really handy tool to learn. Layer masks are a wonderful thing. I don't actually do any destructive work to the original image. I always work on a copy. I blur the copy or whatever I'm doing, even if I'm converting to black and white. And layer masks allow me to go back and restore what I've changed. And I strongly encourage you, if you're not using layer masks, uh, learn them. They're great to use, and they're not that hard, and you can always save an image, and you've never gone too far with an image. You can always even just delete the layer and start back with the original folder or the original image. That's it. Have a wonderful Friday night and a great weekend, and more fun things to come. Take care. Bye.